I made all these Japanese card games, and you can download them for free today. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Rudo, and I try to make videos about learning Japanese, but I haven't posted in a while. Hopefully this makes up for it. All throughout 2025, I've been designing card games and activities for my local Japanese meetup. An example is these Kanji playing cards, Kana Cards, Kaiwa cards, Guess the Word cards, and another prototype I've been working on right now. I thought it could be useful for other people studying Japanese to download and print out for themselves, and maybe earn $1 or $2 here. So I put them up on Etsy and Coffee, but not much traction. And well, anyways, since I owe you guys for no updates for a while, and in the spirit of the holiday season, you know what? I'm putting it all in one bundle that you can download on my website for free to the end of the year. Boom. That's going to be a link down below, and you can also find it in the description of this video. And if you're watching this in 2026, don't worry, some of my games have actually made them for free forever. So for example, this red version of the Kanji deck is always going to be free, so no worries there. And hey, if you like the games and activities and want to support this channel and development of more stuff, then dropping a dono in my coffee would be much appreciated, but of course, completely optional. Either way, I'd love to get some feedback on these games, so let me know in the comments down below. Now for the rest of this video, I'm just going to be briefly introducing each game. I'm going to be putting some chapters so you can skip around. Go download the games, print them out at home, try them out, come back here. And yeah, I might make some follow-up videos if you like them. But either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. So these cards are not exactly a game. These are just conversation cards, basically. So I did find that a lot of times when I went to a language exchange, we didn't know what to talk about. So it's nice to have something in front of you, so to ask people. So they're in English and Japanese. They have different categories. So for example, this one is travel or ryoko. So where did you travel to last? How did you travel there? 最後旅行した時どこに行きましたか? どうやって行きました? So just very simple kind of things you can ask your language exchange partners. It works with anyone, basically, if you want to speak English or Japanese together. So yeah, this is the first version of these cards. I've actually worked on a mini set as well too. So I made these ones because these are also very easy to just kind of stuff away somewhere. But they're a little bit more colorful than these ones too. But yeah, not much to say for these ones. Okay, so introducing the Kana cards. These are pretty fun cards. They were meant to play one game, but actually you can play multiple games with these, and I'm working on making clear instructions for them. The highlight game is a game called Crazy Kana. It's basically Crazy Eights. What you do is basically, if you have a card, so I'm going to put as an example here, and yeah, no card backs, but this is the deck face down. You flip the top one, and then everyone's trying to get rid of all their cards in their hand. So as you can see in my hand, I have red, green, blue, orange, purple, another blue, and then the black cards. The rule for playing a card on top of this, just saying Crazy Eights, so instead of using numbers or suits are the hiragana. So for example, so I can play any red card, or basically any card that has the same sound as the previous one. So in this case, ha. And if you can't read hiragana yet, this is ha down there, and then this is a, right? So that's legal. So I can play on top of that, and then that's it, and then it's the next person's turn. If I don't have a card that I can play there, then I have to draw a new card, and then I can, if I see, oh, can I play it or not? No, I can't. So this is a good opportunity. So let's say I played ha, the next person, this is their hand, they don't have a card, but they can play e. So the reason is you can also match from the column in hiragana. So a, I, u, e, o. In this case, for example, this one would have been ha, hi, hu, he, ho. So these cards are all marked at the top there, so you can know which column they belong in. So yeah, this is totally legal to play. So after a, someone can play e on top of that. Then we're set on the blue, so, or e sound. So the next person can play ki, and the next person can play another e sound, or kaki, ku, ke, ko, something from that row. So the special thing about this game is why it's designed first is the black cards here. They all have an effect. So first of all, you know, these hiragana, ya, you, yo, wa, o, they don't have 5, so they're not complete. So I just made them special cards. The rule with them is that you can play them anytime on top of anything else. And then they have an effect. So for example, this is reverse. So if you play this, the turn order, instead of being clockwise, it goes counterclockwise. So the previous person goes again. Another one that I had is like, for example, ya becomes a wild. So yeah. Then when you do that, then you just choose the next color or sound. So for example, now I say ah, so it has to be red. So I want to play a red card, or ah, ha, ka, sa, ta, that kind of thing. So some of them, they decide the next card. So if for example, someone played this one, you could play su on top of that. So these kind of black cards can be played on top of anything. And if they don't have any special rule, then you can play anything on top of them and keep going. So in the folder as well too, I did include black versions of these cards. So if you have the ink for that, you can also print these out and look a little bit nicer. It's a little bit easier to tell from in your hand that these are special cards. Oh, one important one is a dakten. So dakten is also special. If you play the dakten card, then the next card has to be compatible with dakten. For example, this is not compatible with dakten. You cannot attach this to me. So this is though. So su becomes zu. So yes, you can play on top of that. Or to would become do. Then you can play on top of that dakten card. Yeah, hopefully I'm making sense in this video. If you were wondering, yes, there is a katakana version of this too. I'm working on getting that ready for download as well too, for people who want to use that. Playing with only katakana is a little bit pain, but if you want to try that out, you can mix both of them or just play. I prefer just to play with only hiragana. Fun thing to do as well is when you play, so if it's ni, then the next person who plays a card has to say a word. So for example, nori. Easy. So just another game to learn Japanese. Okay, so for my kanji playing cards, as you can see here, I have them split up into 4 decks. All these decks combined, basically, the 4 decks, the red, blue, green, and purple, make up about 108 kanji. So it's kind of beginner kanji and 5 kanji. Each deck contains 54 cards, 27 kanji, 27 matching hiragana readings. And yeah, you could pretty much play any kind of card game. So these were originally purposely made to play babanuki or old maid. You know, the classic game of holding cards in your hand and you don't want to be ending up with the joker. So yeah, as you can see here, yeah, the joker, each deck has a different joker. In this case, it's inu. So if you were to play babanuki and you end up with the inu card as your last card, you lose the game. So I'll briefly show you the other decks. This is the blue deck here. So the hiragana is the part that is blue. Again, these are just sleeves. So you take out the card and it's just normal. Green deck. I have card references. So if you don't know the kanji yet, you want to practice, then I do have a reference sheet included in the folder with these. So you can print that out and test your knowledge. Yeah, moving on. So this game is one of the first I worked on. It's based off a classic party game. I'm sure a lot of people know. The goal of the game is you can play in teams. You can play one versus everyone. What you basically are doing is people have to guess this word. So in this case, this is hat. And these are words below that you cannot say to describe it. So you put the timer on and then you start talking and you say, that's a thing that people like to put somewhere on their body really high. It's hard to say without head. But then the Japanese one, so all of these cards are bilingual. So in Japanese is boshi. So again, same rules apply. I can't say kaburu, atama, fashion, hizashi. So that's one way to play it. If you're still learning, then you can use these as hints actually. So if I'm still learning Japanese, I can say atama ni kaburu mono. And then someone says, boshi, yes, correct. So I get 1 point. So you're totally free to choose how to play this game. But it's a nice little exercise for speaking, listening in Japanese. So the next game is very similar to the previous one where people have to guess what you're talking about and try to guess a word. Though in this case, you are allowed to say whatever you want. There's a sentence written down for both English and Japanese. They're bilingual. So in this case, if I said, oh, Japanese street food, savory, round batter, and someone says takoyaki, then boom, they get a point. Could have also said in Japanese, manmaru no Seichi no tako. Then someone says takoyaki, of course. Takoyaki is the same in English or Japanese. So onigiri, radio taiso, chopsticks. So all of these cards are going to be based off Japan or Japanese culture. Yeah, this is one still a work in progress. I'm putting some sentences, some memes and stuff as well to here. So the previous game, these are more kind of basic words for vocabulary, or this one is a little bit culture and all that kind of stuff thrown in here. So yeah.